Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. This is I've done videos in the past on spellcasters, and I advise them to read their spells. This is a continuation of that effort. In Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, it's a foregone conclusion that there will be combat, just like in any role-playing game. That's the whole point: the action and adventure. In any combat, real or role-playing games, accidents happen. In real life, friendly fire accounts for far too many deaths in any conflict, even if they're accidental. Friendly fire does happen. So this is a warning for that in role-playing games. In Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, these accidents usually result from what are called fumbles. You roll in a d20, you roll a 1, oops, I fumbled, what happened? You roll on a chart. This is what we do. We roll on a chart. I accidentally threw my weapon over there. I accidentally hit my friend, that kind of thing. A fumble. A misfired arrow or an ill-swung battle axe can really screw up a plan, especially if you're in a tight combat situation. But the really big accidents occur when spellcasters don't realize the repercussions of their spells. A fireball cast on the enemy's nose is really cool until you realize the bulk of your party is in melee combat with that enemy. Fireballs have a blast radius, and all of these friendlies are smack dab in the center of it. That's the classical example. Many spells have blast radiuses that will affect far more than the one enemy target, and spellcasters need to be aware of this. In other, more modern role-playing games, a misplaced hand grenade. You're using your grenade launcher, and you know, like in Recon or whatever. I did one called the Cockeyed Grenadier, I think it was called, something like that. Go check that one out. Any basic explosive, you got to be real careful how you use them. They could really spell disaster. It's not just in Dungeons and Dragons. Check out my Recon video, Mercenary Missionary Mission. Check out the Cockeyed Grenadier. Check out A Boob in a Trap, I think it's called. I got a lot of them, trust me. But it's not just spells with blast radiuses that you need to watch out for. Check out my video on electricity in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Spellcasters using electricity are always a potential threat to the party. And I have a story to illustrate that. Here we go. I had a group of 7th and 8th level player characters exploring some ruins, and there was a thunderstorm going on. They'd found a stairwell, and at the bottom was a room with a chest. Of course, they all went in there to figure out what was going on with the chest. Well, at that point, and the room was flooded, by the way. Don't let me leave that part out. The room was flooded. There was a foot of standing water in there, so they're sloshing through the water to get to the chest. Then, of course, the big bad guy's main henchman showed up. This guy was an evil paladin. The battle ensued, and it was a bloodbath. People were getting hacked up, and it was just nasty. The group was hacking on this guy, and they were actually doing pretty good until the magic user got the bright idea to use his Shocking Grasp spell on the bad guy. Shocking Grasp is a first level spell. It's not intended to do a shitload of damage. It only does a d8 plus 1 per level. At 8th level, he rolled a d8, so it's a d8 plus 8 for his level. It's a d8 plus 1 per level. It was 8th level, so it was a d8 plus 8. He happened to roll an 8, so it was 16 points of damage. The paladin was wearing plate mail. If you go back and watch that video on electricity, he was wearing metal armor, and he was standing in a puddle or a pool of water. Therefore, he took double damage. The 32 points of damage finished off the paladin. Yay, right? Unfortunately, the entire group was also standing in that pool of water, so everyone took the 16 points. 5 of the player characters were wearing metal armor, so they took double that, so the 32 points actually killed all 5 of them. The 3 that were not wearing metal armor took the 16 points, and of these, 2 of them died. The only survivor was the 7th level cleric, and he only survived because he got lucky. Let me explain. As luck would have it, he lost his chainmail earlier in the adventure to a rust monster. He had not had the opportunity to replace it, so it was sheer luck he wasn't wearing his armor, because normally he did. He was dropped to one hit point. He, of course, scrambled up the stairs out of the water and made his getaway. The rest of the party died, and the magic user did it. The moral of this video is watch your fire. I don't care what game you're playing. Watch your fire. Use some common sense. The lives you save may very well be your own and your party's, because the wizard died too. Spellcasters, read your spells and understand what they do. Know the areas of effect. Be familiar, if you're going to run a wizard, be familiar with basic physics. Electricity travels in water. That's the only thing I can tell you. So at any rate, I hope this finds everybody well, and I hope this information is useful to the newer dungeon masters to the game. I hope everybody has a great day. God bless one and all.